Yo guys, what's going on? It's Darkstar back with another video for you guys today. I wanted to quickly touch on something that I heard that was going around yesterday on Reddit and N4G. So Michael Pachter, our favorite, most accurate video game analyst in the industry. It's like, no, I'm joking. Anyways, he came out and had his I guess this is a weekly. It used to be Pack Attack, right? I could have swore it used to be Pack Attack. Now it's like the Pachter Factor. It's retarded. Sounds really dumb, but whatever. Put up a video, and a fan had asked, I guess a reader had asked, what do you think the probability of the Switch succeeding if it doesn't get, if it can't handle direct straight ports from the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 consoles? How do you feel that third party is going to go? And he said, basically what he said is, no, there's no such thing as a direct port. There has to be some kind of configuration between, porting games over. No console can handle a straight direct port from a PC game. There has to be some kind of some kind of configuration there. And then he went on to say, if the developers can see themselves downscaling the game rather than building it from the ground up for the Switch, because obviously if they have to downgrade it, that's going to be a lot cheaper for them, for the publisher, rather than if they were to have to make an entirely new game from the ground up and then put it on the Switch and make it that way. Obviously, downscaling it and putting it on the Switch is going to be a lot more cost effective. It's going to take a lot less time. It's going to take a lot less money. So obviously, if that's what they can do, if that's how Nintendo has positioned this console to go, to where the architecture is simple enough to where all they need to do is just downscale games instead of making them from the ground up, then they'll have a pretty good chance of getting the third-party games to come to the system, and they'll have a good chance of getting more games. So I have to agree with that 100%. I know yesterday and the day, like pretty much this last week has just been crazy. These past few days have been crazy. Everyone's been losing their minds. We've had people come out and say, yep, it's done, it's over, the Wii U or the Switch is dead. Nintendo hasn't learned their lesson. Even I was kind of questioning them with like, what are y'all niggas doing? You know what I'm saying? I was a little worried at first. After I read through a lot more information, I've cleared my mind. I'm not all, scared and shit. So I understand why they're doing the things that they're doing in terms of the power of the Switch, and that's cool and great and everything. But now I've been thinking, and the two most important, there's three important things that I feel that Nintendo needed to get right for the system to be a success, for the system to get third-party games, for the system to be future-proof to a certain extent. And I feel like they did two out of the three things. They did two out of the three things. They made sure that the console has a very, very up-to-date and easy to use architecture as opposed to what they were using before with the Wii U. This is probably as close to the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One as Nintendo's ever going to get, unless they actually do just go straight x86 on their consoles. This is as close as they're going to get, in my opinion. So that's number one. That's really, really good. Number two is sales. They had to make sure that they got the marketing for this game right, like from day one. From the very moment you knew the official name of this thing, they wanted to make sure they got the marketing for this thing perfect. Because that was a huge problem with the Wii U. We all know how that went down. No one knew what the fuck it was. No one knew what this was for. No one knew who it was advertised and marketed for. So no one really got it. They made sure that they know exactly who they're aiming for to market this thing. They're gonna make sure everybody knows what it is. They're gonna make sure that it's in everyone's minds. It's extremely popular right now. Everyone's talking about it. Everybody's thinking about it, and everybody can't wait to see more of it. So they want to make sure that those sales are definitely there, and they can do everything in their power to make sure people aren't confused, so that they get as much consoles out into people's hands as possible when this thing launches. That's number two. So we got architecture and we got sales so far. And the third one would have been a very capable console, a console that can go toe-to-toe with the PS4, or even at the very least an Xbox One. Obviously, it's fine. I understand that they couldn't do that because of cost, and they want to make sure that, this is actually going to be an affordable console, to where they don't have to charge the consumer too much, but at the same time they do want to still make a profit for this thing. So I understand why they didn't go for such a powerful console. So 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I would have preferred 3 out of 3, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I think this is I think they have just enough. They have just enough. They have a lot of patents with where they're future-proofing this console. They got VR as a patent. They got some supplementing computing devices as patents. They got a lot of patents that could help future-proof this console. So I really feel like Nintendo's going to be staying on top of this thing in terms of features and in terms of add-ons to make sure that you get a full experience with this console. It's not just you buy it once and you're like, oh, next 2 years you feel like you're already out of date and you want them to make another console already. You know what I mean? So I think they're doing a great job with that. This is just enough. I think this is just enough for them to get the third-party games that they need. Developers have been saying how easy it is to port games over, not just for the developers that Michael Pachter has been speaking to, which is great. The fact that he's speaking to developers and they're telling him, yo, this console is actually the easiest to develop for out of all 3 platforms, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. This is the easiest one is great news. That would mean that it's probably pretty simple to port games over. It probably doesn't take a lot of time. So they probably have been able to just downscale games to a certain degree and just plop it onto the Switch and make it, run at a decent frame rate, decent resolution, stuff like that. So that's what I'm taking out of it so far. If, like I said, if developers can get it to where, if this console is where the developers don't need to spend a shit ton of money to port games over, we will see those third-party games. They needed to port games. When they ported games over to the Wii U, it was from the ground up. They had to remake most of the games that they had. A lot of games couldn't just be ported over from the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. They needed to take a separate team, which is why you saw games like Watch Dogs coming out so much later, because they couldn't just port the game over. They needed to stop, get some people that were working on the PS4 and Xbox One version of the game, and start on a whole new build for the Wii U version. And that's why you saw it come out so late for the Wii U compared to the PS4 and Xbox One. So I really think Nintendo's got something here. It's really good stuff. Man, this whole week is just, oh my god, I've been all over the place. I've just been mad, I've been sad, I've been angry, like furious, I've been relieved, I've been happy. So this next piece of news comes from Ace Yoshida in a tweet from Takahashi Mokizuki. So he says in his tweet that patent filings show that Nintendo Switch's architecture is good for open world games. And on top of that, the Switch's resolution is not likely to be 1080p to 720p, but actually be wide quad HD to 1080p. And VR was just a patent for purposes that need to be used in the future. Yada. Anyway, yo, that's pretty fucking cool, dude. Like the fact that the Wii's architecture is great for open world games shows probably why Breath of the Wild runs so amazing on the system. But that, again, just more good stuff for these open world games. Everybody knows that developers are making more and more open world games. Like that is the thing to make right now. Almost every game that comes out is an open world game to some extent. So it's just really good news to hear that the architecture for the Switch is very compatible and it works very well with other open world games. Just good news to hear. The fact that the console might be, I don't know how many people actually know what quad HD is. Basically, it's 4 times the resolution of 720p, which is about 1440p. So the fact that actually Emily Rogers actually tweeted out something very similar to that. I remember she said that the portable mode was going to be 720p, but the console mode would upscale to 1080p, maybe even 4K resolutions, that's what she was tweeting out as well too. So a lot of rumors from these insiders that definitely are credible, saying that the Switch could possibly go to 1440, maybe even 4K for certain things. I'm pretty sure the 4K is just for like streaming movies and stuff like that, but the 1440p, who knows? Maybe some smaller games could be running at 1440p. If anyone can get it to that resolution, Shin, they got that shit on lock. So that's pretty cool too. Also, open world games very well compatible with this system and its architecture. Good stuff, Nintendo. I was thinking to myself, hardware is important, but the architecture, that was probably another great thing. That's probably the best thing that Nintendo could have done is getting this architecture on their console and just making sure that they covered their bases a little bit better than they did with the Wii U and so on. So I really think that's really good stuff. I'm really excited, guys. We got like 3 weeks left until the big January event. It's gonna be amazing. A lot of great information is gonna come out. Hopefully we get some information about the specs. So just a bit more, I think we have a pretty decent idea of where this thing's gonna land, but a little bit more information definitely won't hurt. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Do appreciate it. Gonna be recording a couple videos in advance and like releasing them over like Christmas break, because I'll be traveling a lot, but that's what I'm planning on doing tonight. Anyways, hit me up with any comments you guys have. Hit up the like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.